to be honest. But without a possibility to retry or orchestrate different acquirers, it's like a dark age, right? So when we brought you in, for us it changed completely everything in terms of how we operate on the market, right? Because we don't have to integrate all the APMs, we don't have to integrate every new acquirer.
How is Sigma so far?
AIBC is amazing. I mean, this is our second time in Dubai in the same conference, and the reason we decided to come back is we like the format. It's very small, but it's very concentrated.
It is.
For example, we came back from ICE Barcelona. That happened 2 weeks ago.
It was huge.
It was like 5 times bigger.
This is what I heard.
But the difference is that amount of people that go through your booth here is probably double or triple.
I also felt that it's very kind of packed, it's smaller, but it's more intimate. So you get more interaction from more people actually.
Yeah, and typically, big conference is you have a specific hall for operators, for payment providers and so on. So people go targeted. Of course, in terms of qualified leads, you get more qualified and targeted leads coming to you at big events. Here you have a lot of random people, but it's also part of the trick. It's also brand awareness, because more people will recognize you, not just those who are looking for payment solutions, but the rest of the industry. This is why we like this.
So you know why we chose this location at this event?
No.
Actually, it's because we're right next to you. So it was important to us actually to be close to our partners. And this is why we selected this booth to be presented to exhibit. A few questions that I actually want to ask you about the relationship between BridgerPay and Paybis actually. So let's simply start. Okay. The first one, I want to understand from your point of view, what was the impact of BridgerPay retry on Paybis basically numbers, on the amount of your approval ratio? If you can compare it between before and after BridgerPay?
Yeah, I mean, we have integrated you guys almost 4 years ago, right? And I don't even remember how it was before, right? To be honest. But without a possibility to retry or orchestrate different acquirers, it's like a dark age, right? So when we brought you in, for us it changed completely everything in terms of how we operate on the market, right? Because we don't have to integrate all the APMs, we don't have to integrate every new acquirer. It's just plug and play. So if, for example, we have recently went live with PayPal, like last year. So for us, it was like very easy way to get new payment provider online. So soon, for example, now we're going live with Klarna, for example. Again, our development effort is minimum. It's just more or less configuration of your existing setup and so on.
It's a matter of KYC, in the business, and then you simply can set up the needs, the credential, then start the processing with them instantly.
Exactly. And with the retry mechanism, of course, it helps us improve the approval rates for card payments, because in crypto industry, because I mean, one of our business is to be able to give access to people to crypto, right? So you can buy Bitcoin with Apple Pay in a matter of
So let's speak about the user experience. How does this retry mechanism and the ability basically to have the agnostic 3DS in your checkout actually improve the user experience in this term?
We can give an example of Apple Pay, Google Pay. When you pay with Apple Pay, Google, or Apple Pay, Google Pay, right? It's a typical experience that people have now. You just double click and you pay.
Very instant.
And then, for example, if you have a modern bank, like Revolut, for example, you will just get a push notification to your mobile phone.
Yes.
So you approve it from your, let's say, Revolut app, that I approve this transaction once, and then magic happens.
Deposit just happened.
Deposit just happened. Under the hood, it may be the third acquirer in the chain who is actually, getting this transaction, but everything happens under the hood. For user, there is no friction.
Okay, so we actually reduced quite a lot the friction on the checkout process of the user.
Yeah, because I mean, user just paid with the card, and if it works, it works. This is kind of the beauty, because I remember back in the days when we were cascading acquirer from acquirer, there was like every time user had to do 3DS again.
Yeah.
Then you introduce 3DS agnostic, and the friction went away, and the approval rates also increased.
Love it. Okay. Another thing that I want to ask you about, basically, and you touched it a bit, but I want to hear a bit more about it. how easy it became to add more payment provider to your checkout and to your offering in order to actually localize the checkout experience that we're speaking about.
Yeah, because I mean, the biggest save is integration of this payment provider, because this is the biggest complexity that you take on your side.
Yes.
For us, we just need to do a little bit of work to add a new payment method on our UI UX.
Yes.
Maybe do some marketing stuff and so on, but we already know that, okay, we go to BridgerPay, we decide, okay, we want to use, let's say, Klarna. You have already integration set up.
This is actually a case that actually happened, right? You want to add it Klarna with BridgerPay, so you don't have to do the integration.
Yeah.
We simply introduce you to Klarna, right?
Well, we got onboarded with Klarna ourselves, right? But to make sure we can actually do it,
Yes.
the idea was that we save a lot on development effort.
All right, I get it.
Because for us, it's mainly configuration, and it's a little bit like mostly configuration to set up a new payment method, like say Klarna, and we just establish additional communication channel with you, and that's it, with an existing integration.
I want to ask you about another thing. So before BridgerPay, what was your decline protocol? How you were handling that decline transaction? Like, did you have to pick up the phone and make a calls to redeposit, or what was the process before BridgerPay?
Well, not really, right? Because in the online on-ramp business, you basically just, customers just pay, right? And if it's declined, they get an email.
Yeah.
I would say we didn't do anything special, when the payment was declined back in the days, but we were just missing on potential revenues.
Okay, so basically revenue was lost.
Yeah. I mean, we were losing.
Unless the client was trying, another card or another payment method, but unless he did it, it was a loss revenue.
Yeah, exactly like that.
All right, I see. Okay. Last question, actually. So in BridgerPay, we appreciate, very close partnership. At the moment, we have this type of partnership with you guys. While you are using BridgerPay as your, your ramp up, your cashier actually, and while we're using you as part of the payment provider that integrate into BridgerPay to offer your solution into our merchants.
Yeah.
Anything that you can say about that, about this mutual partnership?
Yeah, I think this is like two-way partnership, which is very strategic for us.
This is how we see
it. And we offer. I mean, we use your solution, which is great, but you have a lot of merchants who potentially need our solution. And we are not only doing, on-ramping and off-ramping in our industry, we also provide crypto processing and crypto payouts. So basically, you integrated us recently, and I know that what is happening right now, like you're offering our solution to your merchants who need crypto payments in their business.
Can you also explain me about the recent solution that you're adding that now we can offer also to the payment provider that integrates with?
Yeah, we just had a discussion before this interview, right? What we are doing here, for example, at AIBC and in general in this industry, we help PSPs to get crypto-friendly banking, and we help them to sell their merchants in crypto.
Yes.
So our typical customers are acquirers themselves, who needs to settle their PSPs, their basically clients in crypto. And the second use case is the PSPs themselves, who process a lot of payments.
Yeah.
They also have merchants who wants to be settled in crypto.
Yeah.
These days it's not anymore a question like if adoption is coming or when it's coming.
Have crypto in your checkout as part of the payment option.
Crypto basically became a new technical layer for fiat.
Yes.
Because everybody is using stablecoins and they are becoming more regulated and more regulated. So instead of using SWIFT or SEPA, and especially, in Europe it is easy, right? You have instant SEPA for small amount, but if you need to settle your merchant like 1 million per day, even instant SEPA is difficult. You need to be
a lot of friction also.
You need to be banked in the same bank to make it instant, right? So what we are helping the customers, and this is actually the trend of last year, which is continuing this year, more businesses are adopting stablecoins for payments because it's faster. You don't have any intermediaries. It's more predictable. And
we're not speaking, about lowest tier payment provider. We're speaking about the top tier payment provider that actually using this service, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
All right. So
our customers are also your customers. So we serve our customers directly, but we want to now bring you the same option. So let's say your clients on your platform, they can get access to banking, to get settlements from their, let's say, acquiring or their partners, and be able to convert fiat to crypto, because they use you to process payments,
right,
and for cascading as well. and they can use you as well for getting access to stablecoins, getting settled by their partners and getting out. I mean, even can use your API to pay out in crypto. So everything can be automated.
Sounds great. So when is the next time I'm going to see you actually? Is it going to be in Limassol?
Next conference, I guess.